Tabitha, if we could get a roll call.
Yes. Deer, Simpson,
Here.
Dearbone,
Here.
Eggleton,
Here.
Thomas, Jack, could you hear me okay?
I sit here.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Tabitha. If we can now get an approval for our January 26, 2021 minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from
Okay, I second.
Okay, Simpson, Eggleton, Simpson,
yes,
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes. Yeah.
gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
All right, we don't have anything on our hearing agenda, so we will now move to old business. And our first case under old business is case number 2020-5323, citation number 2020-12349. And this is 1305 Lee Drive South. Owner respondent Sergio Castillo, Officer James Hetty. And James, I will, no, Mr. Castillo is here. Oh, sorry, I need to swear in the staff. I apologize. So if all the staff will raise their hand and repeat after me. You swear to tell the truth and tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, thank you. Now moving back to case one. Mr. Castillo is here and James Hetty is here as well. So Officer Hetty, would you give us an update on this case?
Yes, sir, Mr. Dearborn. I went out since the last board meeting. Last Thursday, there was snow on the ground, but I did go out on the 19th. And unfortunately, it appears there's not much changed that I could see when I was out last Thursday. No, it was last Friday, I'm sorry, on the 19th. I documented with 2 photos, as you can see. And then this morning, right before the meeting, I went back out and the snow's pretty much gone, but it's still, I can't tell a difference from the last meeting.
All right, Mr. Castillo, I'm gonna swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, so Mr. Castillo, would you like to tell us what has happened or what has not happened since the last meeting we had in January where we talked about this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know that the weather's too much snow. It's 2 weeks bad for, now it's too many wet in the floor. So I'm looking using my drive and the windshield to pull out now. So today is the first day is good for working. I'm working today, yesterday and today. I cleaned up the angels close to the green building, just clean up there. So now I'm working in the without the cars. The weather is good today.
So now, Mr. Castillo, had you been in contact with Mr. Hetty's? I know the weather has been up and down the past couple of weeks, but have you been in contact with Mr. Hetty just to keep him up to date on what's been going on or how things have been progressing or not progressing?
I talked to some woman last week about to with this problem. So,
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Go for it.
Mr. Hetty, have you checked the weather over the last month since our last meeting to find out how many days were clear and how many days were not?
No, sir, I didn't. I could try to do that, and provide it at a later date, but no, I didn't, I did not look to see how many days were, I guess in good condition.
So I actually did. I went on a website that had daily weather, for January and February. The 2 weeks immediately following our January meeting, the weather was actually pretty good. We had one day with a high of 59 and sunny. Not much rain that week of, that last week of January. So I was going to ask Mr. Castillo, how much progress did you make those first 2 weeks after our January meeting?
Mr. Castillo, did you hear the question?
yeah, yeah, she asking for the last days of this week, the last week.
Yes, she was asking those first 2 weeks immediately after our meeting with you. What did you get accomplished those 2 weeks?
Oh, the first 2 weeks, yeah. This time, like my family, some family died for coronavirus. I go to Mexico for funeral, and so I come back and for this 8 days. When I come back, the weather is bad right here.
Well, I think 223 days is long enough. I really do. We had some decent weather. Something could have been done before the snow came. And I'm not sure that you are helping us with good faith, Mr. Castillo. I really worry about that.
And so Mr. Castillo go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, just 223 days. Repeating that again.
And Mr. Castillo, I was going to ask you, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the last time we met, you had said all you would need was 10 days to get everything in order. But again, to Mr. Simpson's point, it's been 223 days of non-compliance of one thing or the other. So that does make it harder to look at this as an isolated incident. Does anybody else on the board have any questions or make a comment, make a motion? Or Mr. Castillo, do you have anything else to add? Or Mr. Hetty?
Well, I'll make a motion if no one else is ready to do so.
All right, go ahead.
I make a motion to uphold the citation and fine in the amount of $300.
Second.
What was the amount?
$300.
Okay,
Okay, Simpson and Dearbone. Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas,
yes.
All right, so Mr. Castillo, you'll have to get with them for the fine and citation, and even though that's gone through, you still need to clean that up. So I know the weather has been so the past couple of weeks, but to avoid seeing this again, please go ahead and get that cleaned up and taken care of.
Yes. I think today and tomorrow, maybe Monday, Tuesday, right?
hopefully we can see that changed and this is no longer a problem or an issue for you.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
We'll now move to our new business, and our first case is case number 2, case number 2020-2954, 803 11th Avenue East, owner TCB LLC, Officer Brad Sharkarowski. And do we have anybody here, any defendant in this case on the call?
We do not. This is a per day fine request.
Okay. Okay, well then go ahead, Brad.
This case is the result of tenant complaints received on the 10th of July of last year. The property was issued 3 citations and brought before the board at the September 2020 hearing for a per day fine request, which the board did approve on October 1st of 2020. That property owner notified them to bring the property into compliance within 10 days to avoid issuance of the per day fine. On the 12th of October, I inspected the property and the remaining citations issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first class certified mail to the PBA listed owner address. The 60-day period on the per day fine has now property violation. The property manager has called me twice on behalf of the owner since the citation was issued to get a list of what was needed to bring the property into compliance and or to stop additional fines and citations. However, they have taken no further action, and there has been no communication outside of that. Additionally, the property manager most recently reported that unknown persons the property and sleeping, and they've had to board additional windows on the side of the building. As a result, staff is requesting authorization to issue another per day fine. Continued non-compliance, the property continues to present. This case has been open for 228 days, and here's in front of you from yesterday. Boarded all the way around. Still has graffiti and spray paint. Still has the placards from being condemned. Has broken windows. No utility. Is infested by roaches. And again is now also being a arborist for breaking into sleep.
All right, thank you, Brad.
Who is the owner of the property? Who is the owner?
The owner is TCB LLC, which is Tommy.
Do you know the name?
Yeah, Tommy Kraft is the owner of the LLC.
Looks like a nice piece of property. Could be renovated, updated, put to good use.
And that's part of the concerning issue is that on the location of the property, anywhere in the city, this property would be a nuisance. But given the location of this property, neighborhood, and the surroundings that it's in, it's absolutely a blighting influence on all of the other properties around it, continue to be, which is why we're requesting another per day fine in order to either speed closure, try to incentivize the property owner to bring it into compliance.
I have a question. What is the white truck that's parked there?
That's for the property immediately to the left. If you're looking at that picture there, you see the back of the white truck to the left. There's another duplex property owned by someone else. Those 2 large trees you see there right on the left-hand side of the frame are basically the property line. And then there's another property on the left-hand side over there. So this part pretty much from the trees over to the road.
Well, I make a motion to implement a per day fine in the amount of $100 to run for a period of 60 days.
And
Second.
Okay, Simpson and Thomas. Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
yes,
Thomas,
All right. And we will now move to case number 3, case number 2018-7381, 759 Ironwood Drive, owner James and Catherine Hahn, officer Brad. Do we have anybody here representing the Hahns?
This is another per day request, so
Okay.
owners to be present.
All right, go ahead, Brad.
Okay. This case is the result of a roaming inspection that was conducted on November 1st of 2018. The property was issued 3 citations, and we brought it before the board at the November 2020 hearing for a per day fine request, which was approved by the board. On December 4th, a fine letter was sent to the property owner, trying to bring the property into compliance within 10 days to avoid issuance of the per day. And on the 18th of December of last year, I bought the property and it remained in violation. At that time, I issued a per day fine citation and posted it on the property, was sent it by first class and certified mail to the PBA listed owner and address. The 60-day period on that per day fine has now elapsed and the property is in violation. Additionally, the property has continued to generate additional citizen complaints during the per day fine citation period. As a result, staff is requesting authorization to issue another per day fine citation due to continued non-compliance and the blight that the property continues to present. The case has been open for 844 days and I'll report $100 per day, 160 days.
All right, any questions for Brad?
Has there been any verbal conversations, recent verbal conversations with the property owner?
No, we've been unable to initiate any sort of contact with the property owner recently. And in fact, one of the more recent citizens that received said that they had been going by the property. I guess they live nearby the neighborhood. And they said that they do see lights going on and off occasionally. They have not actually been able to go in there. And one of the folks I talked to even said that he was going to put a note on their front door to buy the car, fix it up and take good care of it if they would sell it to him for a good price. And so even the neighbors are trying to get in on getting communication with her. And none of us have been having any luck whatsoever, but it is continuing to generate complaints and obviously is an eyesore in the community.
Have they paid any of the previous per day fine money?
I don't have that information in front of me, Tabitha. Do you have that by chance, or?
I don't. I can try to look really quick though.
Well, council, I think we need to look for some other way to get this solved. 844 days and it's still in violation and not paying a bit of attention to what we've asked before. So do we have some other alternatives?
Well, the address concerns me, Mr. Simpson. It's in a nice residential area and I don't, I'm sure the neighborhood is unhappy. I'll tell you what I will do is I will contact, we have a new city attorney, Hillary Hightower, and tell her that this has been going effectively more than 2 years. And see, make sure they've got the liens on the property.
Yeah. We're not making any progress this way, it looks like. So.
I don't see the. Oh,
Does anyone
sorry,
know
Frida.
if Briarwood has a homeowners association? Is that anybody live in Briarwood or know if they have a homeowners association that might put some pressure on them?
They do not have one there.
Okay.
Additionally, at your earlier request, sorry, I forget who requested, I think Mr. Simpson, looking online, looks like they have paid the property taxes for the years 2016 through 2020. So they are current on that. They have not paid any of the enforcement violations or citations, which without interest is $766 just on the 3 citations. not include the per day fines.
Fabrício Borges, a Correia Juritico Borges, criação da JG.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments, or is anybody ready to make a motion?
I will. I move that we implement per day fine amount of $100 to run for a period of 60 days.
Second.
Okay, Eggleton, Dearbone, Simpson,
Read the motion again, please.
run a per day fine of $100 for 60 days.
Hasn't been working before. I say no.
Okay. Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas, I didn't hear you, Jack. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, I've got my speaker on.
And now we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now too.
Okay. Yes.
I got it. Thank you.
All right. Do we have any comments or announcements? Council, do we need anything from on your end?
No, thank you though, Mr. Dearbone.
All right. If nothing else, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Dearbone, Thomas, Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I got it.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I
got
got
you.
it that time.
Folks,
Thank you,
enjoy the
everybody.
warm weather.
Yes.
Thank you.